into contested versus uncontested, because this is really the biggest differentiator. And this is where you can make a huge jump in your efficiency on offense as well as your impact on defense by just understanding how this works. So I broke down a minute ago with my circles, different layers. Players at all levels miss twice as many shots when they're contested as when they're uncontested. 70% uncontested NBA three-point shooter gets down to only 35% in contested shot in a game. 80% mid-range shooter is only 40% in a game. 95% uncontested layup is only 45% in a game. And so the definition I like to use actually came from a mentor I mentioned in the past, Ron Ecker, kind of gave me this idea of just a grading level for really grading our defense, but also calibrating our offense and what shots we're taking. So I call it the 6-foot bubble, basically having three different levels of a contest happening. So level 0 is where I see most players. They're a little too far away. They don't think the shooter is a very good shooter, so they give no effort. They don't close the gap. They stay outside the 6-foot bubble with their hands down, no jump, no contest, and the player is pretty much uncontested and gets a free shot and makes it twice as much. Even if they miss one, on average over a whole game, especially over a whole season, they're going to make twice as many shots. Level 1 contest means you're giving a little bit of effort. Maybe you were a little out of position, but you're trying to close the gap. You got your hand up and you're coming at them, but you're probably still outside of 6 feet. Or maybe you were inside of 6 feet, but you were turned around or you didn't give full effort and your hand was still down. You're kind of in the vicinity bothering them, but they're still getting somewhat of a free shot because you're not close enough to really threaten to block them or contest their vision like we've practiced before on defense. And then a level 2 contest means your hand is up and you're inside 6 feet. Like you are actively trying to distract them, annoy them, put your hand in their vision, potentially even block their shot, or at least get them to perceive you as a threat to blocking their shot. And that's where we see the percentage drop precipitously every time they have a contested shot. And again, they're going to make some of those, but we're playing the probability game. If we continually contest every shot with all of our effort, trying to make everything a level 2, they're going to miss twice as many shots overall over the course of a game, and especially on a bigger sample size over the course of a season. If your whole team is trying to contest shots, you'll see your defense rating go way up, and the other team's field goal percentage and the other team's points per shot value go way down because of just consistently contesting every shot with as much effort as you can and not caring when they make some of them because you have a bigger picture perspective. You are defining success differently. And then therefore you feel in control and you don't care if they hit a big shot in your face. You're going to be there next time and contest it the same anyway. So let me show you what this 0-1-2 contest looks like. Coach Ken and I worked through this to kind of give us an idea. We're going to show level 0. He's there, but he's not trying. His hands stay down. He's kind of just letting me shoot it. And most of the time I'm able to make it. Again, he's a little bit farther away. He doesn't feel like he could get there to block me or contest me, so he doesn't try. His hands are down. And then a level 1, he's going to close a little bit. He's going to try to put his hand up, at least influence me, even if he's not jumping, but he's still outside of 6 feet, so can't really get bothered. Then he's coming at me, level 2. He's trying to close the gap and get up in my face and try to get me to miss by putting some effort into it. And whether his timing is perfect or not, he's trying to close that gap and get his hand up so that he can influence whether I make or miss. And most of the time, just as we saw, I'm going to miss most of the shots when he's there just doing anything he can to distract me.